Dear friend, let me first thank you for allowing me into your head for just a moment. Let me just throw some ideas. I give you a look at what's happening in the world because you need it so desperately. And I understand it. Believe it or not, when I tell you that. And I'm going to turn here to my friend, my there we go, my necessary constitution to explain to you the rule book because nobody really explains to you what's going on because 90% of the stuff that you hear on TV is balderdash. There's a better word for it. It begins with a B, but I'm not going to say it. But you know what it is? It's bovine gesta. I think you can do the math. So let me thank you for watching. Let me ask you, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to this thing that we do. Subscribe to this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this. Let me also remind you a couple of things too that we want you to like the video and all that stuff. Now, let me explain something to you. And I'm going to do the best that I can. This is theoretically the rule book by which our republic, not our democracy, we are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. Oh, by the way, here are my stickers, all my stickers from when I vote. Because if we don't vote, this doesn't mean anything. And if we don't follow this thing, the voting doesn't mean anything. So it's rather symbiotic. But we have a wonderful system that is so terrific and it's wonderful. And it's this great thing called the Constitution. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful and great. And we have not only do we have the Constitution, but we have the means by which we can theoretically enforce the Constitution. There are some things called parchment rights, where people have there are constitutions that are far more plenary and far more expensive than ours, but they're not enforceable. Nothing happens. We have not only do we have a separation of powers, but because of the Supreme Court case of Marbury against Madison, the Supreme Court is the ultimate official and arbiter of what the Constitution says. If the law or the courts want to abide by it. There was a time in this country where we had separate but equal. We had a constitution that had the fugitive slave clause until the 13th Amendment. You know, we make it out to be like, well, we're so terrific. Yeah, we're the best and we're terrific. But we've got this horrible story. Horrible. But we kind of fixed it, sort of, until now. What they are doing to Donald Trump, here's the worst part about this. What they are doing to Donald Trump is beyond horrid. But you know what's even worse about it? Let me tell you what's worse about it. What's worse about it is that it's evil. It's legal. It's legal. What they're doing to Donald Trump is legal. If I am a police officer and I follow you all the time, and I give you tickets for going 31 in a 30, and assuming the radar gun is right, and I go after you, and I let speeders go by. It's legal. You can call it harassment. It's legal. There's nothing in the world that says we have to be fair. I don't even know what fair means. And what they're talking about that Donald Trump did, there's a prima facie case against it. What does that mean? It means nothing. It means that, yes, on its face, okay, theoretically, yeah, there's probable cause to believe. Yeah, great, they indicted him. What does that mean? There's probable cause. What's probable cause? It means he probably did it. It's an old expression. But what they're doing right now to Hunter Biden is the biggest joke I have ever seen in my life. And I can't even put it into words in terms of the level of horror of this. This vile, evil seed, this spawn, this horrible, terrible waste of flesh being used by his father as the bait to go out and lure crooks and criminals all over the world, all over the country. as people to lure and to involve them in money laundering, in influence peddling, in treason and bribery with the enemy for no other reason so that the old man, Pops Biden, can pocket the money. He can't even wait until he leaves office. Then make your money. Like, listen, Obama did it. Clinton did it. They waited till they got out of office and they're making more money. Fine. You might think it's excessive, but they waited. So on the back end, not Hunter, not Trump. I mean, not Trump, not Biden. And what are they doing? They want to use the 14th Amendment. 14th Amendment, Section 3. 14th Amendment, Section 3, and here it is. 14th Amendment. Here we go. Here, 14th Amendment, Section 3. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath, as a member of Congress or an officer of the United States, or as a member of any state legislature, or as an executive, blah, 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 shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same. This is supreme. This is civil war. And Trump swore, and they're saying now that he, by virtue of the fact that he was involved in January 6th, that he was involved in insurrection or rebellion, and therefore should be disqualified from running. And let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to try it, and they're going to do it. If it gets to the Supreme Court, maybe not. We'll hope. I hope to God, but they're going to do it. So this idea that, well, they can't do that. Yes, they can do that. I don't want to bring up the notion of abortion. God, the kiss of death. It's a terrible pun. There's nothing in the Constitution that ever provides anything about abortion. Nothing. There's no right to it. There was a stupid case in 1965 called Griswold that created this crazy thing called privacy. It was William O. Douglas. And it took substantive due process and stretched it to a level that is so bizarre, so nuts, that nobody even can understand it. And my friends, that is what we're talking about right now. It's beyond lunacy. Stick with me with this. I promise you one thing. I'm going to tell you the truth about this. I'm not going to tell you the law or the Constitution the way I see it. If they're going to get him, I think it's terrible what they're doing. But if it's legal, I'll tell you. If it's wrong and subject to judicial review, yeah. If it's subject to appellate reversal, yeah. But I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm not going to give you the law through some partisan eye. I'm going to give you the law through the law's eye. And I'm going to tell you during the course which side I like or which I'm tending to be. By the way, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a registered independent, and I have nothing to do with these two miserable parties. Parties mean nothing to me. But if you stick with me and if you stick with what we're doing, I will be able to show you something which I think you will like in the long run. My friends, I thank you. I thank you so much for being a part of this. I thank you for your interest in this. And I thank you for at least paying lip service to the notion of this wonderful thing, our Constitution. This is it. We don't fight for the flag. We fight for the Constitution. This is what it's all about. When this goes, it's over. And that is my pole star, so to speak. All right, dear friends, thank you so very much. I'd love to hear what you think. Please use the comment section. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me your thoughts and insights. And comment. Comment as you see fit. Let me try it again this time.